Hi, everyone. We are Icon Energy. This is Ismini, Panagiotidi, CEO and Chairwoman. And with me here is Dennis Psachos, CFO. It is a pleasure to be here and to have this opportunity to share the latest updates of Icon Energy, following up from our previous presentation in October. You can watch that presentation through the Emerging Growth Conference website or on YouTube, but we will also provide a recap here today. On slides 2 and 3, as usual, please refer to our forward-looking statements and other important disclaimers regarding this presentation. As said before, I am Ismini Panagiotidi, the CEO and Chairwoman of Icon. Icon is an international shipping company owning and operating ocean-going vessels carrying dry bulk cargoes. By dry bulker, we mean a ship that carries commodities in bulk, namely iron ore, coal, grains, and the likes, trading worldwide. This way, we support global infrastructure, energy production, and the food supply chain. Our offices are located in Athens, Greece, from where we have the pleasure to talking to you today, and our common shares trade on the NASDAQ under the symbol ICON. Our mission is to be an agile shipping investment platform and grow through disciplining and opportunistic vessel acquisitions. I have been in this industry for about 2 decades now. I'm a third-generation ship owner, taking over from my grandfather and father. It has always been my intention to get into this line of business. Traditionally, a very male-dominated industry on one hand, but a great challenge for me to step into the footsteps of my family's reputation. About a decade ago, I established a group called Pavimar. Starting with just 3 vessels, I expanded the fleet over time and turned Pavimar into a world-class organization that I'm very proud of. Today, Pavimar is the technical and commercial manager of a fleet of more than 20 vessels and will be a service provider to Icon. This will enable Icon to capitalize on Pavimar's deep industry knowledge, reputation, and global network. The rest of our board is comprised of 2 independent directors, Spiros, who is a seasoned finance professional, and Evangelos, an expert in legal and corporate governance. Both have substantial experience and deep industry understanding, and I'm confident that they will be instrumental in advancing our growth strategy. With me here today, as said, is Dennis, with whom we share a similar mindset, and he brings the critical skills needed to help us elevate the business and deliver value to our shareholders. Moving on, let me talk to you about Icon. Icon owns 2 ships, the MV Alpha and the recently acquired MV Bravo. These are 2 versatile Panamax and Kamsarmax dry bulk carriers, both built in Japan. So for you to get an idea of size, each ship is about 2 times a football field in length. Both vessels are time-chartered long-term, contracted out to one of the largest global commodity traders and investment-grade counterparty called Glencore. They're enjoying a floating higher rate, which gives us the opportunity to benefit from potentially rising market, but we also have the option to convert the rate to a fixed one on occasions where we see spikes in the market. As of September 30th, we estimated a minimum revenue backlog of close to 9 million from these 2 contracts. Finally, it is important to note here that we have no exposure to oil price volatility, as it is a cost that is incurred by our charterers. Icon has been built from growth since our inception and our IPO day. Our strategy has been and will be that of growth, from 1 to 2 to 3 to 20 and so on ships. These acquisitions will be coming from a deal flow we already have access to through our vast experience and relationships in the maritime industry. Our fleet grows. As it grows, our chartering strategy will be to have a mixed portfolio of fixed and floating rate contracts. This way, we expect to have a secured cash flow baseline, but also maintain the flexibility to capitalize on potential market upswings. So the model is rather straightforward. And immediately post IPO, we started executing on it, going from 1 to 2 vessels very quickly, and the plan is to continue to 3 and so on in the immediate future. The successful delivery of a second vessel marked our first step towards realizing our growth ambitions. And we are very happy this came along with strong support also from our charters and financiers. This newly acquired vessel has immediately secured a charter with a first-class counterparty and was financed via our new facility of 91.5 million term loan, which we borrowed 16.5 million for the vessel and reserved the remaining 75 for future vessel acquisitions. And with that, I would like to pass it on to Dennis to take us through our company's recent milestones and financials.
Thank you, Ismini, and hello, everyone. It's good to be back at the Emerging Growth Conference, and thanks for joining us. This is an update to our October presentation, and therefore we will keep it short. If you didn't have the chance to join us last time, you can watch our previous presentation through the Emerging Growth Conference website or on YouTube. So, our most recent highlights. First, between the day of our previous presentation and the time of this recording, Icon shares have appreciated about 30%. This was also an increased volume, and we are obviously very, very happy to witness this performance. Second, on November 11, we declared the dividend of 8.5 cents per common share. This is payable by the end of this month to all common shareholders of record in a little less than 2 weeks as of December 16. The dividend is up from 8 cents, which we declared for the second quarter of the year, and we paid out in September. And based on the share price, again, as at the time of this recording, the dividend yield is about 12%. Third, together with the dividend, we also announced our September 2024 results. These results reflect the completion of our initial public offering in July 2024, the successful delivery of our second vessel, the MV Bravo, and as Ismini mentioned before, our new 91.5 million term loan facility, of which we borrowed 16.5 and reserved 75 million for future vessel acquisitions. Looking at our September 30 financial position compared to December 31st, 2023, total assets have increased, have more than doubled actually, from about 13 million to 30.5 million, mainly as a result of the expansion of our fleet. Total liabilities have, of course, also increased from 3.7 million to 17.9 due to our new borrowings. As a result, the net effect on shareholders' equity is up 37% from 9.2 million to 12.6 million. Both our vessels are time chartered by a first-class counterparty, and as of September 30, we estimated a minimum revenue backlog of close to $9 million. Turning to our financial performance for the first 9 months of this year, the fleet is outperforming last year, and daily time charter equivalent is up 12% to a bit over 13,000, while daily operating expenses are also slightly improved. EBITDA is at the same level with the corresponding period of last year, despite the fact that in August of 2024, one of our vessels performed their scheduled maintenance and remained off service for about a month. To those not familiar with these non-GAAP metrics we just mentioned, please refer to our relevant press release and SEC filings, where you can find detailed explanations and reconciliations of all these figures to the most comparable figures in accordance to the accepted accounting policies. To sum up, we are on track with our stated dividend policy. We have completed our first vessel acquisition, and we have entered into financing arrangements not only for our existing vessels, but also for future vessel acquisitions. Lastly, both our vessels are time chartered by a first-class counterparty, and as of September 30, we have a revenue backlog of close to $9 million. So we feel that we are positioning very well and looking forward to Icon's next steps. And with that, I would like to pass it back to Ismini for her closing remarks.
Thank you, Dennis. So to sum up very quickly, what do we have here? What is Icon? Icon is in an industry that makes the world go round. Icon has a solid, a very experienced team, a high-quality platform with a brand name in our sector and a broad network of relationships to leverage on. Available liquidity of another 75 million through a loan upsize option for further acquisitions, top quality assets in the book that have secured contracted revenue to build up from, and established dividend policy with a minimum yield. Next dividend is payable by the end of the month, as Dennis said, to all shareholders of record by December 16. So we believe we have all the ingredients to be a very attractive investment opportunity with a growth story for success and value creation to our shareholders. Thank you very much for your attention.